Welcome all the participants to this session. Namaste to you all, and my pranams. I see a lot of, I was told like there is a lot of faculty and the scholars, which means the present and future professors are there. And let me tell you, I know you have been sitting for a session for a very long time, I think from last Monday, and you have been, even you have seen 2 sessions today. So I'll see to that my session is quite interactive, and I'll see to that in some way how it's useful to you. I just want to start with a challenge with you all, or a suggestion with you all, and please see here what is happening for at least 5 to 10 minutes, at least 10 minutes. If you feel something interesting, if you feel something useful, please be with me. This 1 hour plus time that we are going to spend together should be of very use to you. That's what my intention is all about. But since we have been sitting for a lot of sessions, sometimes even we do multitasking. Like the students are experts in it, and sometimes even we do this multitasking. This audio comes on one side, or something else happens in other side. So my request to all the faculty here and the scholars here and all the other participants, just see what's happening. And I've not just come to dump something or just to kill this 1 hour. I've just come with a purpose. I've just come with a vision, and I have split it into a few missions into it. So we're going to have 3 parts within our presentation. And at the end of the show, if you could feel something, if you could take something, if you could even remember something for an extended time, I think this session would be quite successful. You might have seen right from the title that this looks quite different. I've never chosen any regular ones. Rather, I'm not going to tell you any concepts, theories, or I'm going to tell you absolute common sense. Absolute common sense. Just enhance your understanding about ourselves and bettering ourselves in terms of being a better faculty, what we are today, and we should be even better tomorrow. That's going to be a simple agenda. And this session is called as Unbox the Leader in You. And why this topic was chose, that we would tell you, and enough introduction was given, and we'll go to the next slide. Yes, so my pranams to you all, because I really have a great respect for the teachers right from my KG. So in fact, for my PhD Viva, I invited my KG teacher, Mrs. Shirley. She was kind enough to come and witness. So I'm connected with many of my school teachers. Mr. Shirley was my LKG and UKG teacher in my school, and after long, I have a great respect for her, and all teachers still my guide, my PhD guide, because without teachers, like, there is no other profession that can be created. You want the best of doctor, you need a teacher. You want the best of engineer, you need a teacher. You want the best of a teacher, again you need a teacher. You want the best of anything, it all is in the hands and hearts of a good teacher. So I'm very happy to address you all. I welcome you all once again for this presentation. Next. So a moment before we start, I know my PPTs would be very different. I would not just put some, theory or some text into it. There'll be minimum of text and maximum of pictures, is because pictures speak better than words. You might forget the word I speak, you might forget the word I show to you, but you cannot that easily forget the picture that you see here. And that's how I make it for the entire presentation. What is that I want to tell you before I start is very simple, very, very simple. I have come to help you in a way. If you are very okay to get the help, and definitely that we can arrive at one, better component at the end of the session. So please don't, what I would say, sometimes we have got some pre-assumptions like, oh, a session is going to be like that, and some person. And I would just request you to mute yourself in case you have any noise. Okay, if there is any noise there, please mute yourself. Okay. So what is that I request you? Please don't have any pre-assumptions or this, that, this, no. Just be open, be free, be cool, be calm. I will make you cool, calm. Don't worry, we will move. And that's what it is. That's not going to be one. Jagan, only from your side, I think the noise is coming.
No, sir. No, sir. A participant. I'm muted. I'm muted, sir. Thank you.
Okay, fine. Thank you so much. Okay. Okay. So this is going to be different. That's what I can say now. We'll go move on the next slide. Please look at this picture and see if this correlates to you. This is the daily job moods at work. What we do on Monday, not all of us, it may be some of us. or sometime earlier, but we may not do it now. Going for work on a Monday morning after a Saturday or at least a Sunday break, and for a faculty or anyone who goes for work, and even for the students at schools and colleges coming for classes, universities coming for classes on Monday, it is very challenging. I don't understand why. I've been to various colleges. Whenever I start a session, I'll go a little before and stand in the gate and look at the faces of the students who enter into the campus. And if at all on a Monday morning it's different, maybe Tuesday, Wednesday it's different, Thursday or a Friday, maybe Friday is the last working day, it is entirely different. But if you look at the faces that comes out of the educational institutions in the evening, especially on a Friday or a Saturday evening, it is very, very, very different. As if you open the shutter of a dam, the water rushes out. These people run away. It still happens now and then. If that is the case, I'll tell you, my dear friends, like there is something to introspect, and our moods are very important for works. They reflect on it, and it's very, very, very important that we have to change our strategy in case we do. I would also remember very fertile. A kid goes to school. It sits in a pre-KG or a LKG classroom. The first sign that the kids see is another group of kids crying, screaming, trying everything to run out of the room. And it started with a cry. And maybe if one kid is also not crying, by looking at the situation there, it would have started crying. And this cry started there, but even then, after so many years, it happens, but it happens internally. I would suggest you, see, now I'm speaking to you, I'm not having any pen, paper, or even only, except this PPT, even only have the titles and pictures, no words in it. I speak this because I enjoy this. I speak this because I completely enjoy this. Only if I enjoy, my flow would come. So if you could just, tune our frequency into a different level, I would see things happening in a very, very, very different way. So I just want you all to tune yourself to see something different. I have experienced something. You might have even experienced something better. At the end of the presentation, we will also share. We will speak to as much of you as possible, and we will see. So I request you all to come with me for the next few minutes, and we are here to explore something very new and very interesting. So we'll move to the next slide. This is the title. We will get into it. I think enough of ice breaking is done. So the title is kept as Unbox the Leader in You, which means that the leader is already there and the box has to be opened. Why I chose this title was, there are a lot of unboxing videos you might see in YouTube. They will unbox a gadget, they will unbox so many things. We are very comfortable in doing it, but I feel it is a time like we need to do an unboxing for ourselves. So I would go in the reverse order. So it is you, in you. So that is the platform. Everything is in us, but we speak about leadership, which means that you need to master, you need to be a leader, and you need to have some followers, and you need to have good command over them. And don't you think it is possible when we have not mastered ourselves? So if you want to master a group of people, it is very important that we need to master ourselves. So only if we are better handling ourselves, we can handle others better. So we would go in the reverse direction. So it is in you, and what is the destination? That is the becoming a leader. And now here an academic leader. It's all about academic leadership, and the process is unboxing. See, I tell you, I'm not speaking much of psychology here, but that is the truth. As a kid is born, even as soon as born, it is having all the qualities that it requires for life. But what we do, somehow or other, we try to, influence it. For example, we hold the hands of maybe any one of us, maybe a dad or mom. Maybe you went outside, your mom was holding your hand, and you just walked away. Suddenly there was one dark barking. As soon as the dark was barking, you and your mother saw this, right? Immediately the mother will hold the hand of the kid in a very tight way. Earlier it was just a gentle handling, a holding, but now the holding will be very strong. When the child experiences this very strong holding of a hand, suddenly what the child automatically naturally learns is barking at a dog, seeing a dog barking is danger. See, psychologically, you need not tell anything, but this transformation goes to the kid. But earlier the kid may not be that, may not be afraid of a dog, but after that the kid might be afraid of a dog. So what I want to tell you is, we have been to so many functions where some music is played, where you see all the kids, when they hear some beats coming, they automatically start dancing. No one need to tell them, no coach, nothing, no training, but they will dance. But what we can do is, obviously, most of us can only record it in a mobile, and we can't do anything more than that, especially except a few dancers. But even the dancers would sometimes feel shy. So what I want to tell you is, we were all good as a kid, and then later we accumulated some unwanted masses, and we need to unlearn them. And once if this unlearning processing happens, which means like what we speak about unboxing process, it's going to be a very different dimension that you will experience in your life, in your career, in your relationship, in your family, everywhere. This gets reflected everywhere. Your face will be full of tejas, your voice will be full of energy and positivity. People will really love to speak to us, people will really love to be with us, and all this can happen. All that it requires is a little bit of unboxing yourself. So let's see how let's we unbox ourselves. We'll move on to the next. Okay, so I have three agenda. As I've said you, the first agenda is knowing thyself. I know it's a very big topic. I'll do enough justice for the little time we have. The second one is the important thing, mastering academic leadership. We are going to see the components of it. How is that we are going to make it? And the last one is like exhibiting leadership, which is academic leadership. So knowing thyself is 25%, exhibiting leadership is 25%, something in middle. Mastering leadership is almost 50%. So this is going to be the agenda of this presentation. The main thing is, even if you get a small gadget, you are given a user guide or user manual or something, but for life, but for ourselves, it's very hard to find, because as you all know, life is a very, very, very different teacher, not so lenient as we faculty are, where we will teach the subjects and then keep the exam. Life is very strict. It will first keep the exam, and based on the results it will start teaching. So it is very, very, very important. I think if you could just be with me for some time, you can definitely reflect this in your classes. And if some of your class students are going to be benefited out of it, I would tell you that's a great thing you can do. The great thing you can do is not making crores of money, but touching lives of people. And this can obviously lead you to that. We'll move on to the next slide, Mr. Jagan. So what is knowing self? I would ask you one question. Probably you can come to the chat and you can answer. Yes, wait, Jagan, please wait. Okay. With whom am I? We will wait. So this is the question. Who are you? Can I see some answers in the chat? Who are you?
I am Shanmuga Sundaram.
Sir, Shanmuga Sundaram is your name. That is your identity. It is not that as soon as you were born, you said, I am Shanmuga Sundaram, or rather there was some mark on us. No, what? Oh, Mr. Dr. P. Saravanan is telling I am a human being.
But I'm a self-dependent person.
Okay. Sir, human being is a race. All of us are humans. Shubha is a passionate girl. Vaishali is a free bird. Okay. Okay. Passionate girl is one of your quality. I'm asking, who are you? I am being a stardust. Oh, okay. Thanks, Sashikiran. Stardust. Nice person. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Saxena. It's very nice to meet a nice person. You are who you are. Okay. 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 See, this is one question. I don't know. It's not so easy to answer. Even you ask me the same, I'll also tell some nonsense like this. I can't tell exactly who am I, but what I want from you all is lovable person. Yeah, I'm expecting a lot of reply. I'm a person with full energetic person with lots of dream. Okay. We will speak to Dr. Kirti. Okay. It's nice. Like you are energetic. Students love energetic professors. So keep up the energy. Goal oriented. Okay. Shashidhar is goal oriented. Okay. See, one thing is very clear when we look at your responses. One thing is very clear when we look at your responses. What is that is, what is external to us? What is the characteristics of us? What is the, goals, all those definitions, all those, destinations of us is what we believe who we are. But I would tell you, my dear friends, no, you externally different, you internally different. Why is that? Some people want to sit under a tree and meditate to know who they are. Why is that? Most of us, I mean, some good people want to run away to Himalayas or, you know, some mountains and then explore themselves. I would tell you, my dear friends, please understand one thing. Please understand one thing. In our school, maybe we went for a prayer, we had so many things where we were asked to close eyes. Please press a small rewind button and go back to your school and see how you closed your eyes, maybe in an assembly or whatever so it is. We will close your eyes, but we will never close it completely. At least half of one eye will be open and see if the others have closed. If others have closed, only if the others have closed, we will close. And then this side, after some time, we will see if there is anyone opening the eye, and only then confirm it. And then only sometimes we are even caught by the teacher. But I want to tell you is I went for a yoga class. My yoga teacher was telling to close eyes. It was very horrible for me because I closed eyes as I was closing eye in school, because I was in a college student when I went for it. And then after the class, he called me and he said, see, you open your eyes, you see outside. Only if you close your eyes, you can know what is happening inside. Then I asked, how can I see what is happening inside when I close my eyes? He said, like, you can't see, but you will experience it much better, which will be more relevant than what you see outside. Hope you all got me. So there is a need for us to travel inside. This body, you know, it's very different. It has got everything. It is the biggest treasure for you. If at all you are physically, mentally fit, I think that is the biggest gift you can get from the nature and get from your parents. Get the biggest blessings of God, where everything, all the platform is extremely fitted well, and it's all in your hands to build the, you know, building on it. Only if there is a problem with the foundation, then there is a problem with the building that's going to come up. But then the foundation is good, that's fine. But all I want you to tell you to know is, please explore yourself. Ask who are you. Ask who you want to be. Ask where are you. Ask where you want to be. Just check, introspect. Are you in the right position? Are you doing the right job? Or are you doing job in the right way? Or I take a class for 1 hour or 1 hour, 30 minutes. What is the takeaway? Am I killing this time or am I doing something important? Am I stopping with this 5 units or am I giving anything more than this 5 units to my kids in the class? See, these 5 units, there are, as a faculty, we are not competing with another. We are competing with all the technological advancements. I know a YouTube video on the same topic which I teach today, my student will get it better from a YouTube video or online source. But what this YouTube video or online source cannot do is, it can never ask a student, did you had breakfast in the morning? What these technological advancements cannot do is, it cannot look into the face and it cannot know what is the face report of the student. It's really very challenging for me. I'm only looking at some rectangular boxes here with some, you know, 1 or 2 alphabets there. It's very hard. Probably sometime later, as before we close, we will look into your face, and probably you can also look into my face, because this looking into the face and you know, feeling the frequency of the voice, seeing the body language of the teacher is very, very, very important, you know, concept of learning. And all this can happen when the foundation is strong. When can the foundation is strong? You knowing about yourself better. Unless until that is done, no leadership is possible. We'll go to the next one. There are few in the same slide. Yeah, I want to tell you this fly. What is fly? First, love yourself. First, love yourself. I'll tell you, my dear friends. See, I've traveled across Tamil Nadu to various town cities. I've been to some southern states, southern part of Andhra, Bangalore. You know, a few, just very few in Kerala. But one thing I feel wherever I go is, when I walk in the veranda of a college or a university, I see lifeless faces. I have seen many lifeless faces. And one thing is really shocking is, you know, when the faculty and the student is crossing each other in the veranda, and as if like, you know, they are moving away, they have not seen before at all. It really pains me a lot. It really pains me a lot. We'll discuss about that sometime later. But what I want to tell you is, if a person wants to love someone, master themselves, he first wants to love himself. If you can't love yourself, and you know, you can't write anywhere. I have even a story, but I don't know if I'll have enough time for that. Maybe if I have time, I'll tell you that story sometime later. Please tell a lot of stories to your students in the class. I think nothing, there is all case studies, this we are doing. The foundation is in the simple stories that was taught to us by our family members. Okay, self-reliance. Okay, thank you so much of all your responses. We are moving on. Please keep this search on. Who are you? So we will move, and then love yourself. Next. Sir, I all okay loving, but the problem is we have locked ourselves. We have become like one right from human beings to a survival being. There is a lot of difference between a human, man and human. Man is different, human is different. And human being is different, survival being is different. See, all we want to survive. You might have seen this family earlier, joint family and then nuclear family. And now even the nuclear family is splitted. Dad is in one corner, mother is in the other corner, son is in one corner. Maybe if they have another kid, daughter or son, they are in the another corner. So these emotions is slowly going away. And most of us have single kid and that kid doesn't have another person to share. All our apartment doors are closed, or even if you are opening it, we are fearing like the mosquitoes or something else will enter and we want to close it forever. And the social interactions are going down. All that it is technological. So this psychological, this social part is going down. So what I want to suggest you is do unlock yourselves, which is unseen, and there is a good bundle of emotions kept inside by the nature, and if you could just explore it, that's going to be pretty awesome. We'll move on the next. On the same slide, there is something on the water. Jagan, please press. Yeah. The problem is many have locked, but the bigger problem is we have locked and lost the key. So what to do with that? Very simple. Please break the lock and see there is a big treasure. There's a big present waiting, and come out of the comfort zone. What I mean by comfort zone is, see, when we did something wrong, we made a small mistake on the road. Are we matured enough, or are we big-hearted enough to say sorry to that person? If you are asking, I really hats off to you. But sometimes, mostly what I have experienced is, even if I am not wrong, they will stare at me, and that is what they would do. When was the last time? When was the last time you hold hand of your spouse and you went for a long walk? See, I'll tell you a funny story. I always used to tell. Maybe a woman get married. When the relationship starts, it's very different. It is full of emotions. And after some time goes, the emotion part is going down, the logical part is coming up. You look at how a husband and wife travel in a two-wheeler, maybe a bike or a scooter. As soon as the marriage is done, they will have two locks. One is the vertical lock on the shoulder, other one is the horizontal lock around the belly. And that is how most of the new married goes on the road. But see what happens after 3 months, 6 months, this one lock will go. Only one of the two locks will go and one lock will be there. Either a vertical lock or a horizontal lock. But you see, after 6 months to 1 year, no lock at all. The husband will go to the fuel tank. The wife will go to the handlebar at the end of the seat. What happens is sometimes they might have even a kid in between. So what I want to tell you is, relationships are purely based on, perception. It is maybe we feel something, but what they perceive. Sometimes we tell, oh no, I never meant it that way, but they took it in the other way. So why there is a perceptual differences is because a relationship starts with emotion. As it goes to logic. As simple as possible. Sometime if you have time, we'll discuss about that later. We'll move on. Next slide, Shijak. So please decide what is your destination. Please decide. Dream it like anything. I know enough of it has been said about you. I need not add to it. You know what is your destination. If you connect with your inner self, it will exactly tell what your destination is all about. See, what I do is, sometimes I dream as if I'm the vice chancellor of a university. Sometimes even I feel like I dream like as if I'm the education minister of the state. Sometimes I even feel like I felt like, I am the HRD minister of this country. Why all these things? I'll have a hold on education. It looks pretty nonsense, when some of my relatives have even made mock of it. But who knows? It might even happen. But it costs me nothing to dream about it. But sometimes I think, I just take a printout and stick inside my cupboard door that, vice chancellor this university or something like that. I do. So obviously what I want you to do is, please think big. It costs you nothing, but sometimes it might happen. But you need to tell it yourself so that your inner self will know that better, and it will propel you towards that So please see what is your destination. So in stage 1, which is know the self, what I want you all to do is first know about yourself. Please explore about yourself better. The second one, if you want to explore yourself, you need to come out of the comfort zone. You need to unlock yourself. In case if the lock key is not there, please break open it. And number 3, please decide what is your destination and dream big. You want to become the HOD, you want to become the principal, or you want to become some director, or like minister or vice chancellor, or etc etc etc. It keeps going. So yes, next. So Jagan will move on to the next slide. Yes, sir, we are all thinking. No, previous one, previous arrow mark. Jagan, would you go to the previous slide? Some arrow marks were there. Oh, you have to come back again. Oh my God. Okay. Jagan, is there any problem? Okay, anyway, as the display comes, we will, yeah, okay, it has come. So it is all fine. But the moment we think of our destination, after some time it gets diluted. It's because we have a lot of challenges, a lot of distractions. May I see some of your, distractions? So thanks to Dr. D. Mahesh for the comment, very interesting. So it is your comment that keeps me, makes me to speak more. Thank you. Jagan, am I audible to you? Hello?
Yes, sir, I'm audible.
Okay. Can you please go back to the previous slide where the arrows were there?
Just a minute. I have to come back, sir. That's the issue.
Okay. Okay, let's be very slow then in changing slides. So very simple. A lot of distractions and challenges comes. What I want you all from in the chat boxes. What do you feel like it is the biggest challenge in attaining your destination? See, for me, the challenge is I'm a lazy. I'm trying to master that, but still sometimes I become lazy. Sometimes I procrastinate, but then I take one session. Oh my God, I'm telling others like I should not do that. So I again that comes. And the financial part is also there. I am not from a rich affluent family. I am from a rural part. I'm a first graduate. I'm a first generation teacher. So there are a lot of challenges for me and distractions for me. And I just want to see if you can share any one of either your challenge or distractions in the chat box. Hello. No one. No, I think no one is having a challenge or okay. Yeah, being focused, absolutely. Shashi Kiran, I absolutely, it's fact. Yes, being focused is my challenge. See, what is the problem with this focus is, thanks for giving me the clue. See, when we focus, we are not normal. We are not cool. We are not calm. But when we are cool, calm, normal, we don't focus. That's a problem. Want to be perfect in everything. I'll tell you, Dr. Lata, if you want to be perfect, I think it's going to be very challenging. Family constraint, okay. For Rahiba Singh, it's family constraint. Yes, obviously, for all of us. Time management, exactly. Time management. So 24 hours is not enough for that ma'am. So she wants more. Okay. Fine. Managing 24 hours is a problem. Okay. Fine. Boss expectations, yeah. I'll tell you, if you're getting a good boss, you're blessed. If you're not getting a good boss, you're killed. Being leader many time multitasking, obviously, only because of you are able to multitask, you are given the leadership role. If you can't do multitasking, then heavy workload. Yeah. You're taking you're taking 3-4 papers. You're taking 3-4 papers, and workload is very heavy. Distraction is so obvious. Obviously, we are all human beings. A lot of hormones, this testosterone, estrone, dopamine, all working against us. So distracting like anything. Okay. Using social media for useful purpose, you feel that is a distraction? Or using social media for a useful purpose is a distraction? Yes. We all go for search something and suddenly something pops up and then we go somewhere, not able to say no. Yeah, I would, yeah, even I have that. That is also a problem. Too straightforward is also a problem. Okay, okay, that's fine. So we have a lot of challenges and distractions, my dear friends. There is nothing wrong in that. You can't see anyone without challenge or a distraction, is because we are human beings. We are part with emotions. Straight trees are cut first. Obviously, obviously, obviously. Okay, emotionally less disturbing. See, what I want to tell you is some distraction is coming, some challenges is coming. What I want to tell you is, the time is testing you. Don't stop there. Keep moving. You know a lot of examples for that. I need not quote anyone. Say right from this, that, this. I can tell you so many personalities, so many incidents. But that distractions are there. We have to live with that. We are living with coronavirus. So what's the problem? No, we are living with distractions. There's absolutely nothing. So challenges is what you need to overcome. Distractions equally overcome. So what I want to tell you, my dear friends, if a door is shut, it doesn't mean that you have to stop there. It means that you have to find an alternative solution. That's it. See, we all have done this as we were a kid. We know this better, but now we have simply forgotten. That's it. See, you see a line of ants moving on the wall. As soon as you see this line of wall moving on a wall, a normal Indian kid, I don't know about the foreign kids, but I'll tell you, Indian kid will do is keep one finger and block the way. As soon as you keep one block the way of these ants moving, ants never stop. They bypass you and go. You even pour water on the wall. They rest for a while. They wait for the wall to for the wetness and dry. Wetness to go and dry. Again, they start their journey. That's it. A small ant just have 2 cents. It has only 2 cents. It's able to do. When we have 6 senses and we have faculties, we are telling people how to live. We are teaching concepts. Are we not? Okay? Are we not capable enough of handling it? Yes, we are handling it. But what I want to tell you is, at times you have to be logical. At times you have to be emotional. Please don't confuse with that. So we'll move on to the next slide, Mr. Jagan. Yes, it's a fishbone diagram. Okay. Yes. So we have come to the end of stage 1. So what is the checklist at the end of stage 1? Stage 1, what is it? Knowing yourself. So if you want to know yourself, what you have to do, what we have seen so far, an extra thing, only these 5 things is, okay, big pothole. Okay, fine. Yes. Oh, yeah, it happens. Thanks, Mr. Dr. Kirti. Please, please, please tune your attitude. It is no more A for apple now. It is A for attitude. If this attitude is set, everything will happen. See, you all prepared for a class. Maybe the first class on a day, on a Monday morning, you go to the classroom and start taking a class, and you see some ruckers sitting at the back and disturbing you like anything, and you all want to deliver, but these guys are creating a very unpleasant situation. What happens is, some of us are just down. We scold them, we hit them rarely, we throw them out of the class. But what I want to tell you is, obviously, we have lost the class, we have lost the attitude, we have lost the patience, and we have lost the command over the class, and we have sometimes failed from the duty of being a teacher. So what I want to tell you is, still I remember the first day I went and sat in engineering college on an afternoon after post-lunch session. Was my first hour taking a class, taking one paper for mechanical students in engineering, one allied paper, some electives they had in management. And I know I was a miserable failure. These guys are doing so many things. I'm losing my control. They're trying everything and make me to shout and tell something. But one sudden dawn came. Whatever these guys are going to do, I'm not going to react. I'm just going to only smile as if I don't have any sense at all. I would tell you, for twice in a lifetime we have to do this sense test. In Tamil, it's called Sorana test. It's called test of our senses. You have to do it twice. One, when you're going for job, see to that your senses are 50% or below. If it is 51%, please work on your senses and then go for job. Why? And that's where you can handle your boss. Otherwise, you can't handle your boss. What is the second test where you do this sense, second occasion? When you are about to get married, see to that your senses are close to 0. If your senses are not close to 0, please work on it, and only then you will be very comfortable, successful. Otherwise, there might be something coming up in the future. Fine. So we'll discuss about it. I know it's a very curious topic. We need to discuss about a lot. Fine. So we'll move on. Attitude, please check it, tune it. And if you see, Be as strong as like no one can remove the smile from your face, and no one can make you negative, and no one can remove the positivity from your heart. So I've said you 2 seconds, please remember. No one can remove the smile from your face, and no one can remove the positivity in your heart. If you are there, your attitude is fit. Second one, comfort zone. That's very simple. See, there is always some limiting factor. So if you want to go to another college and speak to some faculty, what first comes over? What that person will think, or what this person will think. See, I was from an ordinary college. When IIM was started, I browsed and saw. I chose one faculty out of the faculty list. I mailed him like I am a fresh PhD graduate. I have registered with Bharathidasan University. This is my title. I feel like you are also on the similar domain. From your profile I saw. I want to have a small discussion. Can you give me 20-30 minutes of your time? You know, to my surprise, on the same day night, I mailed him around 2:30, 3 o'clock. On the same day, around 10:30, the reply mail has come. He has asked me, this is my number, please contact me. Are you comfortable on this day? I was literally shocked. Oh my God. Oh, then I went, met, and that person is still a good friend of mine. Never have any limiting factor. If something is limiting, that means that you have to overcome that. We know that, right? Take the lesson from the ant. The third one is communication. You have had enough sessions. I saw even some more sessions on communication. So I just don't want to tell more about it. What I want to tell you is, tell in a way by which your audience will understand. And if you want your audience to understand, you have to tell it in a sugar-coated way where they have to enjoy. So if you want them to enjoy, you need to add some kind of commitment, add some kind of, some concern into it, and definitely they will enjoy. That's it. Communication is all about. Communication is also coming in the later part. What is soft skills? Very simple. You have seen this film Munnabai MBBS, where the person is not even a doctor, but he cures patient. In Tamil, it is Vasul Raja MBBS. There were some patients where they were not able to be cured by the doctors, all those deans, all those higher ups. But they were, this man was very, very comfortably handling everyone. And that's what soft skills is all about. If I want to tell a doctor is successful, as patient friendly as the doctor is. What I want to tell. A shopkeeper is successful as successful as customer friendly the shopkeeper is. Similarly, a professor is successful as student friendly the professor is. So that's it. This is all about you hone your soft skills, like you will become the most wanted person in your department, in your institution. The last one is destination. We have discussed enough of it, so for the want of time, we'll rush. We'll go to the stage 2. We'll go to the next slide, Jagan. Stage 2, mastering academic leadership. There is a group of people and you want to stand apart, then you need to master something. I'm just going to tell you, I'll ask you something. Fine. Please answer in the chat. What is your favorite dish to eat? You might like chapati, you might like biryani. Let's see a few responses. Your favorite dish. Okay, I will also put mine. I like idli, obviously. South Indian universal. So mine is chapati. Oh, biryani has come. I was waiting for biryani. Thank you, Ms. Dr. Lata. Yeah. Oh, pulao. Okay. Okay. Fulka. Okay. Yeah. Of course, chapati means fulka. That is the best of chapati. Chick biryani. Okay. Okay. Fine. Dosa. Oh, fine. Okay. I don't know how dosa is having a huge audience in the north. Okay. Fine. No chapati and full. Oh, no. Yeah. The best. I get you. Yes, it is different. But what I want to tell you is, if the chapati is like fulka, it is very soft. It is fluffy. No, it is the most wanted. Yes. I get it. They are different. Yes. Okay, fine. We will go with biryani. Okay. Oh, thank you, Mr. Dr. Ashwini. Again, an idli comes from north. Okay, fine. So that's great. Let's see. Oh, okay. Poli. Okay. Yeah. So I would tell you, most of our favorites are biryani, or somehow maybe veg or non-veg. I'll tell you a simple, instant, 2 minutes biryani recipe. I'm also mastering cooking now, slowly getting into it. So I'll tell you as much as I know. You ignite the stove, you put a vessel on it, You pour a cup of milk, allow the milk to boil. Once the milk has boiled, maybe if you want to add coffee powder, add coffee powder, or you want to add tikashan, please add it. Add sugar as much as you want, maybe white sugar or better a brown, the jaggery sugar, and then stir it well, serve it hot, biryani is ready. Am I right? I know I'm wrong. If I, for the menu that I have said, what will it come? What is the result of the menu that I have said? Milk. I even said tikashan and coffee powder. That is a clue. Exactly. Oh my God, how come tea comes, Saravanan sir? No, I never said tea. I said coffee powder or tikashan. Then how come tea will come? Okay. See, we all know if we put milk, if we put coffee powder, if we put sugar, if we stir it well, we will get only coffee and we will not get biryani. So if you want biryani, the menu is very big, very, very big. You need to, that's why we have reserved it for holidays and weekends. So what I want to tell you is you need to master the leadership. Again, the ingredients are very big or little more, not just one or two. It is more than knowing yourself, but knowing yourself is a complicated process. It can happen better if you master, if you're interested, but mastering a leadership is a bit longer process, but not as complicated as know thyself is all about. So let's see what is mastering academic leadership is all about. We'll move on to the next slide, Jack. So thanks to all who have said coffee. So academic leadership, that's what this theme is all about. The workshop is all about 5 days, 3 sessions every day. So what it is, very simple, creating a vision and a mission-based science and research data for the institution. You have to create it. You have to create vision and mission-based science and research data for your institution and setting up creative ideas, doing and providing teamwork. See, but one reason why I took this definition was the last few lines, setting up creative ideas, doing and providing teamwork. I will tell you, if you are able to create a team in your department, if you are able to create a team in your institution, if you are able to create a team in the faculty room that you are sitting, if at all it's a common room, I would tell you, you will get amazing results. Amazing results are waiting for us. It's because I do something individually, I do it as a team. It is very defined. You had enough sessions on team building, so I'm not going to get much into it, but academic leadership is only developing yourself. It is developing your institution, and when these two can happen better, if you develop your students in a better way, then you might ask, oh my God, how can I develop my students? What is that responsibility I have? I have just come to take a paper. All my responsibility is that 5 units or whatever that syllabus is. If you feel that way, I'm very sorry. I am very sorry. Those days have gone. Those days have gone. I have been for one NBA inspection where the person who came for the inspection asked every faculty, what is your contribution to the department? When this question was first asked to a faculty, this happened 5-6 years back, that faculty said, I'm handling this paper, that paper, this paper, that paper. Immediately the person said, stop. I'm not asking what's the paper you handle. I'm not worried about it. It's all there in white, black and white. He asked, what is your contribution to the department apart from academics? And that's where I understood the dimension of that question. And later on, I always, this question gets reflected in me whenever I enter a class. See, I do something, I don't do something. Maybe if it is useful, I don't mind sharing my secret. One, I tell what is my rule of a class. My rule of a class number 1 is, as soon as I enter the class, I tell my students, please don't listen to me. They'll be literally shocked when a faculty tells to the students, don't listen to me, because all that they have heard is please listen. And I go and tell them, don't listen. They ask me, sir, why? Are you okay? I ask them, they'll say no. Then I ask why. Say no, all say listen, why you are not telling don't listen? See, I know how people listen. When we look at one side will nod the head. When we look at other side will nod the head, this side will go away. But very comfortably now we have come online, Zoom, MS Teams, all the Cisco meetings. So you never know what is happening inside the rectangular box. They will be eating, they will be doing whatever they want, they'll just keep it on and go somewhere. Who knows what's going to happen? In my class, I always tell them to keep the video on. Only if there is some important presentation coming, only then it's off. Otherwise, I tell them, no, without seeing their face reactions, I can't speak. So my rule number 1, no listening. But what is the alternative for it? Enjoying. I don't know if definitely some of you or most of you would be enjoying. I hope so, because we saw some comments also. If at all you are enjoying, and that's where things happens well. Otherwise, it will not happen. So enjoying is different. I will ask you at the end of the program, you are going to write one exam where some questions are going to come. You might have seen it in the schedule. See, I'll ask you, what was the last movie you saw? Again, you can come up in the chat. What was the last movie you saw before COVID? What in a theater, or even recently with your family, friends on a OTT, or in satellite channels? You saw some movie, Lakshmi. Okay. Vaishali has seen this film, Lakshmi. Beagle. Okay. Okay. Kirti has Kamala Saravanan sir has seen Beagle. Okay. Mookuthi Amman, Lata ma'am. Okay. Very recently updated. All. Okay. See, okay, fine. Some movie, or let's have whatever the movie you saw for the last time. We are going to have the same quiz program. First, you will answer the questions from all the sessions that you have taken from Monday to Friday after morning. And there is second round of quiz where the questions will come from only from the movie that you saw recently. I will challenge you. Where will you get more score? In the class that you have attended for the last 4.5 days, or the movie that you saw recently, maybe a month back, a year back, or a few weeks back? Obviously movie. You know why? You have enjoyed it. The secret is enjoying. See, enjoying, as a kid, as we grew up, we forgot. You will never see a kid, it will be either enjoying or crying, nothing in between. But what adult, it is neither crying nor enjoying, caught somewhere in between. It's so sad, very pathetic. Okay, so very simple. So that's my rule number 1. My rule number 2 is, please change your frequency from your brain to your heart. Heart is left unnoticed. Brain is already overflowing. Why you enjoyed a movie? Did you see the movie by heart or by brain? See, a student comes and sit for a class, or now you are sitting for some training program. You are trying to listen. Where your brain is in the focus, your heart is resting. Only if you enjoy the session, heart wakes up. What typically every student does in a class, as soon as he or she comes and sits in the morning, he or she press this shutdown button in the heart, and the heart gets shut down. Moment the heart gets shut down, nothing happens there. Only the brain is pretending to be listening. I don't know if the brain would be really listening. Brain cannot listen for more than 14-15 minutes. And psychology says you can't concentrate in the same work if you are intensively doing it for more than 17 or more than 20 minutes. You can browse and see then what's happening from morning to evening, as if you are pretending to be listening. Maybe sometimes happens, many times nothing happens. But these guys are very, very clever. They will do some magic on the previous day of exam and somehow clear the paper. And somehow we also give them marks, and somehow our job is also done. So the somehow, no. You try it in a different way. Okay, it's time we'll move on. Jagan, we'll move on to the next slide. So these are my rules of my class. No listening, enjoying. No brain, heart. And I don't do... Wait, Jagan, wait. See, for the next few slides, you will see the picture, and then what the picture is all about, then it will come. So what I do in my career of 11 years of full-time teaching, right from July 1st, 2009, I have never scolded any student in my class. Maybe I've scolded in my office, in my cabin, but I've never scolded any student in the class or in a social gathering. I have never said to any student, get out of the class. I know it is their place, it is not my place. They are going to stay there for 1 year or 1 semester. I am going to stay there only for 1 hour. So obviously they have more privilege in a classroom than me. So I don't tell them get out. I don't tell them, stand on the bench or outstanding, because I was an outstanding student in my school. Most of the days I was outstanding near the door. I was not sitting in the class, at least 50%. So I never sent anyone out. And I never tell them I'll keep my hands in your internal marks. I never tell them tomorrow morning you have to come with your dad, only then I'll give you attendance. I know dads are very busy. They can't report immediately. We have to give them some time. If it is very important, I call them and I speak to them. Sometimes I've also visited them. There was one parent who was desperately wanting me to visit because they were like 130, 140 kilometers away. I went and stayed there for a couple of days. I mean, these things are, you need to meet your students outside the class, which is very important. If we meet only for 1 hour in a crowd, nothing is going to happen. So they should come to you. They should feel comfortable. See, what I want to tell you is, see, where is that the society has kept us? It has kept Mata, Pita, Guru. After dad, mom, and before God. see the quantum of this responsibility. It is pretty awesome. It is something like, you're the second parent. If at all you have 50-60 in your class, like you are the second parent. I might have tell, oh my god, already there is a lot of commitments, what you can do. It is not like doing something, but it is like feeling it. Once you feel, even your eyesight will be different on them. Your the way you connect with them will be different. The frequency of the voice will change. They will feel more comfortable. I'll tell you, these guys are physically grown. Most of us are dealing with adolescents, if at all in undergraduate program, but some of you in a postgraduate, even they're early adults. These adolescents and adults need a lot of emotional support. They are physically grown but mentally not at all grown. They need a lot of support. What I would say, if you could give a helping hand, why I keep telling all these things is, if one parent are realizing this, obviously one or two kids get benefited. But if one faculty is realizing this, hundreds of students are benefited. But in their lifetime, thousands of students are benefited. My dear friends, what I want to tell you, the next time you go and stand before a class, and just think of the commitment, think of the responsibility, think of the future of these kids, think of the trust that the parents are having on us at home. It's going to be very different the next time you go to an online class, maybe on coming Monday or this Saturday. If you could that in a different dimension and feel and speak, I would be very, very, very happy, and all your kids will be very much benefited. Okay, so we'll move on. What do you get from this picture? Okay, my time is running. What do you get from this picture? Anyone? Just put on the chat. So we need to speed up. I think my time is running. Communication. Yes, you are right, Dr. Magesh. You are right. One-way communication. No, there is two. How can you say one-way, Mr. Mittal? Dr. Mittal, like it is two-way. Two are there. Two are connected. One is speaking. The other one is hearing. Okay. That's right. See, your communication is very important, which is, enough I've said. I'll not take much. See, I'll tell you one incident. Gandhi once came to Pondicherry. Gandhiji came to Pondicherry to visit Aravind, this Aravind there, who was also a freedom fighter. As they was going around the town of Pondicherry, they saw the weavers weaving a sari. So Gandhi was also accompanied by Mrs. Gandhi, who was there in the car. She wants to go and see the sari. So she asked Gandhi, and they both came down and went. So those weavers in Pondicherry, their mother tongue was Tamil, and they know few words. They might know a few words in English. They doesn't know Gujarati. But what this lady, Mrs. Gandhi, knows Gujarati, Hindi, and some English because she was in South Africa and all. You know what Mrs. Gandhi asked those weavers there? She wants to buy a sari. So she asked a question. The question was, this color go? The question was, this color go? See, grammatically it is wrong, but the communication is done. This color go. Will this color go or not? You know what the reply the weaver came? It was written in one book, when Gandhi's travel to Tamil Nadu. That the reply given by the weaver was, this color no go. See, look at the modulation, the frequency. He didn't say this color no go. The person has said this color no go, which means that for the lifetime the color will not go. Communication is done. That is communication. That's all. See, this is for the positive, but for the negative side of communication, you should not communicate like Rajinikanth or superstar. You ask Rajinikanth, all those followers don't get offended, but just for for a fact I'm telling. You ask him for 20 years or so, he's telling 20 years or more, he's telling like he will come into politics. And now seriously he's telling. But you ask me, will he come? I don't know. None of us know. You ask him, when is that you are going to come into politics? He will tell, நான் எப்போ வருவேன்னு தெரியாது, எப்படி வருவேன்னு தெரியாது, ஆனா வர வேண்டிய நேரத்துல கரெக்டா வருவேன். So I'll translate it. See, I do not know when I will come, but when the right time comes, I will come. That was the first. Then again people were asking, oh, Mr. Superstar, when are you coming to politics? He said, if I'm coming, you can't prevent me. If I'm not coming, you can't compel me. He said, like, if I'm coming, you can't prevent me. Oh, okay, what? If I'm not coming, you can't compel me. What nonsense is this? They are asking, are you coming or not? Say yes or no. You want to tell all these stories. Likewise, he will tell. Then you ask him again, will you come to, he'll tell, Baba will live for 3,000 years. He will never tell he will come to politics or not. So that is good communication and this is bad communication. So let's not do that. We'll move on. Jagan, we'll move on. We have to go fast. Next. Imagine if at all we are giving you a balloon and pin. Giving you a balloon and pin. And telling you, keep your balloon safe. Telling you, keep your balloons safe. What will you do? Type it fast. If at all, I know it's very challenging to take leadership, team building in an online platform. Probably if you are in person, for every slide I can have an activity or something. What will you do if a balloon and pin is given and asked you, keep your balloon safe? What will you do? Keep both away. Okay. 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 Then don't blow it up. Okay. 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 Some more responses. Be fast. Okay. Tie the pin. Okay. I will not pick the balloon, keeping my temptation at bay. Okay. Enjoy the sound. Okay. Breaking others and enjoying, or breaking yours and enjoying? I don't know. Okay. See, whenever we give the balloon, we give a pin and tell people keep it safe. They will keep their balloon safe and they'll try to break the others. But what was set is only to keep it safe, not to burst the others. But what people will literally do is bursting others. They will run here, there, and it will be a chaos. Next one, next one. Next slide. Yeah. Motivation. This is motivation. I'll tell you. We all wants to get motivated, or we want to motivate someone in a class or someone away. But if I ask you, are we successful in motivation? I mean, successful permanently, not at that moment. That's $1 million question. Now, why are we failing in motivation? I'll tell you the truth. If you ask me, can I motivate someone or can someone motivate someone? The answer is big no. Why? Motivation is internal. Unless until you cooperate, you facilitate, you create a conducive environment for motivation, motivation will not happen. So what can you do? You can only inspire. If I want to motivate you all, I can't, oh, I'm going to do a motivation session. Come, let's get motivated. Nothing will happen. But what you can do is inspire a person or inspire a group. Once you inspire a group, they might automatically get motivated, is because motivation is internal. If motivation is external, that is temporary, not permanent. So we'll move on. Second, we'll move on. I started by 2:20 or 2:30. Okay. Yes, this is delegation, the most challenging job. Once more, Jagan, one more. The top letters have to come. Yeah, delegation. So see, this is the greatest job. If at all you are a boss, you are very, this is one irritating job. Wait. Previous one. Okay. No problem, Jagan. Let it be. Pass my cup. Let it be. See, this delegation is the most challenging job. If at all you're a boss and you need to master it, and you are not the boss, something is getting delegated to us, we get really irritated, this, that, this. But what I want to tell you is, please look into the right person. I mean, you all know much about this, I need not add, but this delegation should happen with a passion. If the delegation is happening with a passion, it happens in a different way. And if the delegation is accepted with full-hearted, it happens in a different way. But some, just for dumping it, it is happening, and just for accepting, or we can't say no, it is accepted, it's going to be very challenging. Next one. Pass the cup is the activity, but I have no time now. I need to on a video. We'll see through that later. Next. So you will know delegation better in pass the cup. What is this? Positivity. Enough positive is there. Please go and explore. Next, Jagan, there is something on the top. Positivity is very important. Life will tell you everything. It will tell you everything will put us down. It will try everything to run out of ourselves. It will try all the magic. But if you are able to see the positivity out of it, it's awesome. Next. So we are telling you the ingredients of academic leadership. Hope you are all with me. Trustworthiness. Building the trust of students is very challenging, I'll tell you. You can even contest in one constituency and win. Get the votes and win somehow. Getting the confidence of students is very challenging. Unless until you prove yourself, they will not trust us. So it is very important that your student sitting in a class must trust you. Your boss sitting in his cabin must trust you. If the trust is not there, no relationships are there. No team is there. Nothing is there because the bonding happens with this trust. Yeah, next. I know I'm a bit fast, but there is something interesting also. So I don't want to miss. If we have time, we can even rewind it. Creativity. What I want to tell you is, my dear friends, have you thought, if at all you have thought, I really appreciate you. If you have not thought about it, please think about it right now. Think every class how to make it creative. Think every class how to make it interactive. Think every class how to make it in a better connect. Think for every class how you can have. Oh, then you might ask me, oh, for the salary I'm getting, how can I do so much? That's the question that immediately comes. See, I'll tell you, we need to keep up the good work. You know, the God is accounting for all our works done. Definitely the salary will come. If at all the salary is not coming, please wait for it. It doesn't mean you have to keep waiting for a longer time, but you need to keep moving in the right direction. I know education industry, not that highly paid industry as in some other countries. In India, especially school teachers are so pathetic, so pathetic. They have a big workload than us, but we look at the salary, it's very shocking. So I have been to many schools where I'll speak to a lot of non-teaching staff. Once I met a security person in the gate. I asked him what is his salary. He said 6,000. I went inside the school, spoke to the second standard or a third standard teacher after the FTP program and asked her, may I know if you don't mind, what is her salary? Her salary was 4,000 plus. I was literally shocked. I was thinking like they'll be getting at least 10,000, but it was 4,000 for a first standard, second standard teacher. I was literally shocked. See, what I want to tell you is please think creative. Please go for the extra mile. The compensation will follow. Unless until you wait for the compensation and then only I will start working, that's going to be very hard. Unless until you're lucky, it's not going to happen. But this creativity is very important. I'll tell you what creativity. See, I started taking online classes from March after COVID. I know this online class was very irritating even for me. I thought, how I'll make it interesting. What I did is nothing. I just Googled it. I searched what are the activities that I can do online. I searched what are the tricks to keep them engaged. I searched everything and tried to induce in my class one after the other. And I saw after the second, third class, it was completely with me. So this is what you can also try. Next. We can go to the next, Jagan. Yeah, feedback. Always get feedback. We are getting feedback. That's fine. From one side, you want you to get feedback from also on the other side. See, when I mean feedback, it is not the form that the students fill, but you need to get it from them. Ask them, speak to them. You build a relationship with them. If at all you have a good rapport with them, they will exactly tell, because this feedback is what will keep us growing. Academically, by the institution, we may not do something, but if the students are also happy, that will take us to a great height. So it is very important that we do a self, analysis and see what's the feedback on our own self, feedback from the boss, from the superiors, and also feedback from the students. Next. See, all that I'm telling is in point view of academic leadership. Responsibility, we have spoken enough of it. So the next time you go and stand before the class, this is a word I want you all to keep in your mind. And then you see how the flow comes, how your interaction happens. That will happen in a different way. Next, commitment. Yeah, it's all goes hand in hand. Commitment. Okay, the commitment is a huge part. Last, yes, flexibility. What I want to tell you is, please don't get offended if I tell this. Whenever I go and meet a principal, whenever I go and meet a senior academician, my experience is what I'm sharing. In the same institute or in some other institute, most of them, or I will say at least 50% or 60% of them, are not flexible. You can even meet the principal secretary of the government, but sometimes meeting the principal of a college is like you have to cross 5 mountains, and you have to cross 5 oceans, and you have to cross 5 sea and only seas, and then only you can go and see him. So what I want to tell you is, you have to be flexible. If you are more rigid, I don't know, that's not. Some people think like, oh, only if I'm strict, my students will be afraid of me. No, they will pretend as if they are respecting you. At the back of us, I forgot to tell one thing. Why I don't scold them. I said what I don't do. I don't scold them. Why I don't scold them is because we will scold them openly. They will scold us indirectly, maybe in our absence. So why should we get some blessings from them? I don't scold them. So this flexibility is very, very important. Only if you are flexible, the student will come and mingle with us. Only if you are flexible, our fellow faculty friends will come and mingle with us. Only if you are flexible, we will see a different, work environment. If every one of us are rigid, like I will know nothing, it's going to be very hard. It will not be a workplace, rather it will be some other place. Next, Jagan, the 10 commandments of academic teaching is over. Where I took this is where the source of it, because we are academicians, we are researchers, we need to tell you the source. Even sometimes I disagree with that. That is my, see, wherever I go for an interview or speaking with some middle level or a senior level person, they ask me how many papers you have, how many ABDC papers you have, how many Scopus, how many ABDC, how many Web of Science. Now, what is your citation score? What is your H index? Then what? They will ask so many, numerical values like this, right? I really wonder, like no one so far whom the senior person have met never asked me how connective you are with your students, how comfortable your students are with you, how effective you can take your class. Even in an interview, boss, I'll tell you, even I've attended some interviews recently. They've asked me about this paper, that paper. They've asked me about all the academics credentials, all the research credentials. They never asked me, or they never tested me what is the teaching skill. I wondered, what am I going to do? Am I only meant for publishing papers and getting patents and doing consultancy works? Or like, I don't know which is my primary job. Is my primary job teaching, and then all the others are also coupled with that? That's fine. But sometimes, we all want this ranking. I don't say we should not do that. Obviously, we have to. The situation demands it. But at the same time, I'll tell you, there is something at the ground level to be done. Or yes, exactly. It's because there's a huge crowd of teachers now. PhDs have become very common. Obviously, it has become some filters. So I'm not telling no to it. Please don't get get it in the right sense of what I'm doing. So what I'm telling you is, yes, all these quality parameters are important. But what I want to tell you is, at the ground level, you connecting with the students and students benefiting out of you is even more important. Just because of I have 10 ABDC paper doesn't mean that I'm sorry, those who have, don't mistake me. Just because of I have some good H index score, just because of I have 10 ABDC or 20 ABDC paper, it doesn't mean like I'm the best faculty. I am a best researcher. I am a best consultant, but I'm not a best faculty. When I am a best faculty, when my students are benefited out of me, when my students are connected with me even after the course is over, when my students by their lifetime they tell like, oh, I studied with this guy gave me a lot of life lessons. Those lessons are what I'm using it till day, and not the 5 units that he or she taught me. That is where we are successful. That is where we are blessed. That is where a seat is reserved for you in heaven. So I think I am enough done on this academic leadership. We'll go to the few minutes. Thank you so much, Dr. Magesh and Dr. Kirti. We are moving to the last but the smallest part, and then I want you all to speak. I want to speak with you all. That's where I'm waiting. So that's where I'm rushing up. So exhibiting the leadership, the last stage, we'll move on. The last 25%, we want to exhibit this leadership. Yes, it is the doing part. The first part is knowing ourselves. The second part is mastering leadership qualities. The last part is, delivering it. This is where unboxing is going to happen. We'll move on to the next slide. Jagan. Yes. My dear faculties, my sincere appeal to you, this is the checklist for you. Please see to that you are comfortable with all these 5 dimensions. Dimension number 1, patience. I would tell you, no one is going to listen immediately what we say. With the basic the basic structure of human being is filled with emotion and not robots. Maybe you order a robo, there are so many chitties there. When you give a command to the robot, they will do it immediately, uniformly. Human beings cannot do that. Let us please understand that human beings are not robots, and they are filled with emotions. So we need to have some patience. It doesn't we need to give ourselves, no. We need to compromise on the quality or the decorum of the class, no. But we need to have some patience. If you are patient, I would tell you, you will definitely have the class with you. You will definitely have the people with you. You are reserved a seat in the heart of your students. But if you don't have the patience, all these are question marks. The second dimension, all these are my dimensions. Like I've not taken this or I've not quoted any sources because that's mine. Sense of humor.
which is very important. Always have a smile on the face, always have positive in your heart, and always have a sense of humor in your speech, in your flow. Why? These people are going to look at us. See how hard it is to look at one person, where all around 20 years of young blood is sitting and looking at one person 30, 40, 50, 60, and looking for 1 hour completely, or 1.5 hours, or at least 50 minutes. It's going to be very challenging for them. Look into their perspective. It is going to be very challenging. And now and then we need to crack joke. That doesn't mean that we have to become a joker of the class. No, but still you can crack a joke and pull the class back and take it. Please don't do the same thing for more than 20 minutes, and always have this 20 minutes alarm. Once you cross this 20 minute, you have to do something. Stop for a while. At least take a 2 minutes break. Speak something else, and then in a classroom, because I was mostly going to PG students, very rarely to UG students. There is not even a single topic that was left. See, it is a Valentine's Day, on the Valentine's Day, or a class before the Valentine's Day. We have discussed it. Independence Day, we have discussed it. Children's Day, we have discussed it. Republic Day, we have discussed it. Gandhi Jayanti, Gandhi's birthday, we have discussed it. New Year comes, we have discussed on it. We have discussed on relationships, we have discussed on distractions, we have discussed on what not. I've even discussed, I've even taken a session. Maybe I go to schools, and that's where I for the last after my PG, like almost 13, 14 years, I take life skills, which is a counseling session for school students. I go to 8th standard, 9th standard, now slowly coming down. And now we are even going to 2nd standard, 1st standard, telling them about good touch, bad touch. It's very, like, these people doesn't know anything about it. Most of the children are misused. I'll tell you, my dear friends, please take care of your kids. Please take care of your kids. The quantum of the children are getting misused is very high, but 90% I feel like it is not reported at all, because the kid doesn't even understand what is what. Most of them are subjected to child abuse, so there is no other way. We have to tell them. Sometimes I go to government schools and do it free of cost. I don't charge them at all. I go to government schools and tell, like, what are the career opportunities, how to get into IITs, IIMs, NITs. That will give me no return, but I'll tell you, I know God is counting me, and somewhere indirectly it will come. So what I want to tell you is, these guys need a lot of things. I've spoken, I've discussed about love, I've discussed about opposite gender attraction, I've discussed about infatuation, what not, I don't know, like, I've discussed everything. But these guys, like, once you give everything, things in a different way, but before that you need to have a good, good control of the class. And I mean control, it doesn't mean sitting on top of them, but you need to know how to handle them in a better way. Just like that, you can't open these sensitive topics, but you need to see to the situation, you need to see to everything there. So terms and conditions apply, I'll also tell. And the third one is regular updation, because we have prepared a slide 5 years ago, and we can't use the same slide after 5 years or 10 years. Because I met my faculty who taught organizational behavior a couple of 2-3 years back, and that faculty still had the note of organizational behavior which he used to bring to my class so many 1.5 decade back. So it was really shocking for me that note was in a so pathetic condition, but still it is coming to class. Like, even when my kid have gone to school. Okay, so please update yourself. Otherwise, students are very updated. They are emotionally weak, but technologically very strong. They know things better than us. They know technology better than us, and they will all get it from the sources. And the last but the most important thing, connectivity. Are you connected with all the students of your class? If you are 100% connected, you are successful. If you are 80 to 90% connected, you are moderate. You are less than 80% connected, it's very poor. Please change. That is my dimension. And student psychology, a very big ocean. Please understand, please study, please browse, please listen, and see what is student psychology. If you can master that, I'll tell you, you will be the master of all. And people will love to be with you, love to take up. They will come to your class on time. Just because of you have a class, they will not take a leave on that day. All these have experience. I'm not telling anything Greek and Latin. This will obviously happen for you. Next slide, please, Jenny. I'm going to close, then we'll start. Yeah, the most important slide, educating the mind without educating the heart is no education at all. We have dumped the mind with a lot of things, but the heart is left at large. My dear friends, please capture the heart. Heart can do wonders for you. Heart can put you, if you happen to deliver directly to the heart, they will never forget it. They need not prepare on the previous day night. you will see wonderful results out of the class. Next slide. Oh yeah, this transformation, one after the one, Jagan. Yeah, Narendran became Vivekananda. How the transformation happens? He searched internally. He went through a process. He had a very nice faculty guru, and then he became Swami Vivekananda. Without that guru, Narendran, without a series of gurus that Narendran met, he might have not become Swami Vivekananda. Why is that Ramakrishna Paramahamsar was so successful? Because the disciple exceeded the guru, and that is where Swami Vivekananda was even more popular, because he was a monk. He was a monk in the last century, but the one previous, but he was speaking English. You all know. I need not tell more about them. Next one. You go to the next one. M.K. Gandhi, Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi became Mahatma Gandhi. You know what inspired Gandhi? He had one inspiration when he went to South Africa. There was a very young teenage girl from India settled in South Africa. She was leading a protest against the British in South Africa. Gandhi was looking at it, and that's where he got inspired. Village in Tamil Nadu, in the eastern part of Tamil Nadu, and this girl inspired Gandhi. And then you all know how Harichandra's drama inspired him. After seeing Harichandra's drama, Gandhi decided to speak Illayadi Valliyamai. After seeing Harichandra's drama, Gandhi decided to speak truth, never speak anything else. And then this girl protesting, and that's where the spark of protesting came into Gandhi. Next one. Next, Subhash Chandra Bose became Netaji. I don't know. This country was so fortunate to get Netaji, but this country was so unlucky to lose him in between. If at all Netaji would have been there, and if at all Netaji would have been on the throne, India would have been, entirely different. Why I am telling this? Netaji was the first person to concentrate on international relations. The external affairs, I think this guy, no one would have handled it. In India was one enslaved nation, but still he went to Hitler, and you all know that story, right? He went to Japan, he went to Hitler, he went to Singapore, he went to so many places, and true lead, I really admire him a lot, but I feel so sad this man left in between. Was left in so bad. Next. Bhimrao Ambedkar, needless to say. Oh my God, lot of challenges. Going to school, sitting in a class, a lot of challenges. But see, this man created, constitution that the credit no one can claim. Coming from a downtrodden family, he has created the Constitution of India. See, look at the transformation. All these things, amazing. Next one. Radhakrishnan, celebrated as Teachers' Day. I don't know, one of the best celebrated teachers, and you have to read about him and why he is a celebrated teacher. I request all the teachers to read about Radhakrishnan, why his birthday is celebrated as Teachers' Day. Please read him. Yes, next. Abdul Kalam, People's President. Though he was a scientist, this, that, all, but he was so happy, even proud to tell he's a student, and that's a job he continued. And he died as a teacher, which, the greatest blessing, that even he was addressing in IIM Shillong. And you know how this, flying, the spark of flying was put into him. Please browse and see. Even he has said that. He has spoken in Tamil, but you have the subtitles. When he was a 5th standard student, his science teacher taught him about bird flying. And he made a bird out of cardboard box, taught him on a seashore area how to fly. And that's where this flying science, the spark of flying science, was rooted in Abdul Kalam. And his teacher was... his name was Siva Subramani Iyer. He was the one who, rooted the idea of flying into this man. Okay. Next. Hello. Siddhartha became Gautama Buddha. This man, thank you, Vaishali, a very wonderful session, got to learn many things, thanks. Yeah, native thanks. Now let's look at here. We will give you a chance, we can speak a lot, don't worry. And love, from chat box, please come to this PPT box, the display box, okay. From this Siddhartha to Gautama Buddha, see, look at that, see, this guy is a prince. He is one, son of a king. He has all wealth. He has people. You call like who's there? 10 people will come and ask, yes, boss. But then he was lacking something. He searched. He discovered. He went inside. Went and then searched. One fine day, he attained moksha. Yeah, he sat under a tree, and you know the rest of the story. Became Gautama Buddha, and new religion was born. Next, we'll go to move on, Mr. Jagan. Sachin Tendulkar to Master Blaster. I know there are so many people come, so many people go. Sachin is always there. You know why? This guy always smiles. This guy is so simple. This guy never shows off. Now, some I cannot name some because you might like him. Some people are attitude. They have a lot of attitude problems. Even while in the team, they had attitude. Even becoming in a higher position, they have attitude. And even later, they have attitude problem. But because this guy, very cool, calm, just do what the job comes to him. Move with everyone, always smiles, and very, very light face. And he's there. Not because of he scored a lot of runs, but he had a good heart. He had a good space in every heart. Every cricket fan's heart, and that's where it is. So that's it from the transformation. We'll move on to the next slide. We are over. The last but the most important, please don't forget this slide, my dear friends. And if you could remember this, I will challenge you. I will promise you, wonders will happen in your career, in your personal life. What? You need power only when you want to do something harmful. Love is enough to get everything done. Everything done. If you could love all the 50, 60 sitting in your class, I will say everything will happen automatically. No one need to come and tell you. No one need to teach you, remind you. It will happen automatically. Automatically it will happen. So I really love this guy, Charlie Chaplin. He was one of my favorite childhood heroes. Obviously, we had Tom and Jerry. We had Charlie Chaplin. That was for the 80s kid or 90s kid, that was the only thing. We didn't have this much of cartoon channels. Okay, so this guy is really amazing. He never spoke anything, just by body language he communicated. He was very strong enough. Even he mocked Hitler. You all know that story. But if you look at the personal life, full of strategy, but still he made the entire world. He was one of the first noted comedian across the world. Only then many came, but he was one of the pioneer of world comedian at international level. So you have to read something about him. Tell your class about Charlie Chaplin. If you can introduce Charlie Chaplin, if you can introduce Thillayadi Valiyammai, if you can introduce Master Blaster. Anyway, they know about Master Blaster, but still you can introduce about Ambedkar, you can introduce about Gautama Buddha. Just pick some little titles for speak for 2-3 minutes or maximum 5 minutes. They will really enjoy it. Next. I know it's time. I have to close. Okay. So thank you very much. I am done almost. I'm sorry, I'm a bit fast. There are a lot of things to share, but still the time. So that's my contact WhatsApp, and that's if you want to send a feedback, obviously, I'll be very happy to look into your mail. So that's my mail, Tyagugr, and some way you want to connect me with Facebook, yes. So I'm also on Twitter, this, all. So you can search my name and you can just get it. So my Twitter account is Tyagugr, the same as the email ID. Oh, now we will open the session to questions. I'm eagerly waiting to hear your voice and see your face. Oh, I will switch on my video if you are also interested. I don't know. So do you want me to switch on my video or? Oh, thank you, Dr. Magesh. Excellent. Enjoyed. Thank you. Thank you. Hello. So now either you can unmute and or type. Would love to communicate with you, sir. It was very interesting. Thanks. Vaishali ma'am, thank you so much. So either no, what I want you is you let us hello. So let us switch on the video for a while. Hello.
Yes, sir. It was wonderful session. This is Dr. Kirti.
Thank you. Okay, where are you from?
And it is a lot of word. I am from Pune, sir.
Pune, great. Once I've been to Pune, ma'am. I was about to address a session. I was so unlucky. For some reasons, like the institution was closed. I came there. I took a hotel, stayed there, but so unfortunate. It was one emergency, and the program got cancelled. All the way traveling from Trichy to Chennai to Pune, I came back empty-hearted.
Oh no,
that's okay. Thank you so much.
It was wonderful session. So the new aspect you have given to all the participants. Definitely would love to introduce when we carry our leadership role in coming days. So I hope that this session will release some of the stress of leaders, how to carry that burden sometimes, and we will enjoy our leadership. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That was a nice one. Are you able to see my video?
No, sir.
Oh no, I have switched it on. I don't know why it's not coming. Still, you're not able to see that?
No, no, sir.
No, sir.
Okay. No, I switched on that moment itself. One sec. So, any others you want to share, or you have any questions for me? I will be very happy to answer. No, I have switched on. I don't know what is happening. Okay. Anyway, that's fine. Yes.
Yeah, it's coming black only. It's visible, but your face is not visible.
Oh, I don't know why. Wait. One sec, man. One sec. I will have a lot of technical problems here and there. Oh my God. Okay. Okay. My camera. So you have anyone else you want to share? I think definitely it will come. So thanks. I'll be very happy. You can just mail me. Hope you saw the mail ID. I'll also put it in the chat box. So if you have time, whatever that your experience was, how was your experience with this session? Please mail me, and that's my yagugr@gmail.com is my ID. So it's my hello.
Yes, sir. It is visible.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
But video is still not visible, sir.
Video is not visible till. Oh my God. Okay. Okay. Let it come. I'm just working on it. I think it will come now. I've changed the camera. Yeah.
No, it's visible. No, it's
Yes,
it
sir.
is
Now
visible.
you are visible.
Don't have gray hair. Okay, that's fine. What do you offer? Some pretty experience. Like once I was connecting all my laptop and making myself, I was preparing myself. There was one guy who came and asked me, "Sir, is the speaker ready?" I thought I was wondering what this guy was asking. I didn't tell him no. I went out and then came along with the organizer, and then only then that guy and the speaker, because sometimes people look at N, though they are not that they can't just believe the speaker. So that's it. So anything else to share? There are a lot of things that they are sharing on the chat box, but I would love to hear the voice. You have any questions, please? Oh, released enormous energy. Okay, we have observed it. So if you can reciprocate it in your classroom, I'll be even more happy. Thank you so much. Okay. Yes. There's a lot of connectivity problem here and there. Okay. I will stop and then speak. Yes, we would like to hear anything else you have. I don't know why no one is asking questions. Reincarnation. Oh my God. Thank you so much.
Very cheerful, sir.
See, you should also try that. You should also try that, madam. Like you also become cheerful. Your student will love you like anything.
Yes, sir.
Always
Yes,
have,
sir.
I'll tell you what is my secret. Always a smile on a face. Always a positivity in the heart. That's it.
True, sir. True.
Yeah, everything will happen. Everything will happen. You see, all magic will happen.
Yes.
Yes. So do ask me any questions, like I would love to answer. No questions at all.
Hello, sir. This is Harishri.
Yeah, please.
Sir, there is a question in the chat box by Dr. Rajani Sarjan.
Okay.
That is,
What's the question? I don't know if I
will you please touch the topic of reincarnation?
Oh. I saw reincarnation. I thought you are feeling it in that way. Okay. See, what I want to tell you is we have certain beliefs. You can't question that. Reincarnation is there because we generally in India we believe in reincarnation, and whatever the good things we do now it get reflected in our next janma. But what I want to tell you is, it's good. You think of it. It's good. You accept it. It's good. You're in line with it. But next Janma, let it come. Let us make the best use of the present Janma that we have got. So let's try the best of what we have today, rather than thinking and thinking of something that's going to come after some time. So what I believe is, yes, I do believe. Yes, I do believe. So you believe or you don't believe, that is up to you. But what is more important to me is, what am I doing now? What am I doing today? I have spent around 1.5 hours or more with you all, and you have invested your time with me. So what is the takeaway of it? And that's it. And that is more important. I don't know if it is positive. Let it all get accounted, in my account, get credited in my account, and maybe I can have a better reincarnation. Okay. Have I answered your question? Hello.
I think so, sir. Dr.
Okay.
Rajani has replied as thank you, sir.
Yeah. I saw.
Okay, so thank you so much, sir.